Foggy starting off with an Ancient of War towards the north. Keeper of the Grove should always be the choice here, or are we going back to old school play? Would be surprising. It is the Keeper against the Blade Master. Okay, so far so normal, but actually CoopeR sends out a Scout Peon early. That's not normal.
All right, let's see. When Foggy started his rise, it was this matchup where he really began to shine initially at the Gold Championship Series, where he got a series off of Lin and kicked Lin out of the tournament, and everybody thought, like, what is going on? How can this little Ukrainian kid be so good? Well, practice, preparation, and analysis. That's what got him this far. But that was, of course, different times. That was back in the talent times, you know. I can't even remember.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that those days are behind us. Just mass, cyclone, everything spinning up in the air. I was getting kind of dizzy those days.
Yeah, those were our party days. I can definitely relate to that statement. What's it looking like nowadays? I feel like it's a lot of tier 1, it's a lot about expansions, but that's usually always against the Farseer. How much does this matchup change now that we see CoopeR with a blade? Absolutely not true. We always see a Blade Master. I was a little good. It's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day. I'm very, very sorry. But yeah, CoopeR, what kind of an Orc vs Night Elf does he play? Like, there's so many options with mirror image.
Of course, we know
forces are under attack.
Yeah. All the Orcs are struggling right now in this matchup. Even Lin said he doesn't know what to do. If the Night Elves are really strong here, it's so hard to beat them. Does CoopeR perhaps have an answer that others don't? And of course, the question is, how strong is Foggy in this matchup? Is he as good as Moon and Lawlight are? I would say he's certainly pretty close. Is he at that same level? That's a different question. Wait a minute. Is that one troll surviving at the camp? That's pretty annoying. He definitely wants to make an expansion up there. Oh my god, 23 HP.
I was about to say, yeah, Foggy has great ideas and the right mindset, but he always mixes in these 1 or 2 mistakes. And I thought it, and I see it, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's definitely one of these mistakes.
The peon could have gotten the kill, but the archer steals it away. More experience for this keeper, who is now very close to level 3. But the Blade Master, I like this creep by him. Going for the green over here, that prevents level 3 for the keeper. If he does get the last hit. And Tangle at the perfect time. And that is the next last hit going to Foggy. Now only one single creep away. Also got the slippers, by the way, which the Blade Master would have loved to have, but wasn't able to. And the grunts across the map, playing passively with them, not wanting to risk losing those to entangle.
Player's forces are under attack.
No, absolutely not. The only source of damage at the moment in the offense is the Blade Master. But on the other side, the grunts can get some work in far away from the keeper. That sentry ward's right here. Absolute perfect item. Blade Master has a very clear priority, right? And that is prevent this expansion for as long as you can.
Oh, keeper sharking around if he finds these grunts, which seems like he will. It should be easy kills. And there is the first. And this is always the early mid-game headache for Orc. Once the keeper is level 3, how the hell do you play against it? Of course, ideally you want to prevent level 3 keeper, but CoopeR deciding to creep the full green camp first gave so much time to this Keeper of the Grove. Perhaps not the best opening, as now Foggy seems to be in full control of this game, of this map.
Ooh, Shadow Meld Huntress, this could be really annoying. The Keeper still close, gets an Alchemist second, obviously.
Are under attack.
And CoopeR, though, once again, good Blade Master usage, delays the expansion even further. So how much time can he buy? And what's the second hero build? He's going Shadow Hunter. That's kind of a necessity, but with what skill build?
Serpent boards, what we're used to seeing nowadays. Hex only really is seen if you go for Wind Riders early to have a lot of focus fire potential. Oh, and the keeper with the treants in the main cancels the lodge. That is Dispel thrown so far back in the timing. And that might very well be more grunts falling.
Yeah, looks like it. Entangle finds one acid bomb to follow it up, so the treants can easily clean this. Counters with the Hex will get a Huntress for it, so it's kind of like a 1-for-1 trade. Actually, CoopeR saves this one. Will it tick out? Oh, no! The boy who lives.
And getting that 100 kill here with the Hex is okay. But this choice is gonna hurt him later. Not having either heal wave or serpent wards on level 2 at a decent timing is gonna become painful. But at the moment it's pretty decent. Foggy coming in. Can you see the last hit? Nope. And that is Foggy being quite aggressive here. Without a keeper around, this is definitely quite ambitious. Next hunt goes down. Another kill for CoopeR. But it's also distraction, I suppose, as the Tree of Life is getting close to them.
Are under attack.
Another Hex on an Archer, because he didn't put the Grunt far enough into his base, so he wasn't safe. Same for the upper left Grunt, who eventually got killed by the treants because he stopped moving for a second. And this lodge, it's not getting up anyway.
Oh my god. It was so close to done. But close doesn't matter.
This one's close.
And there's an
The surround.
entangled surround. Yep. Heal pot. And also trying to pop him out.
Oh.
Doesn't quite work though. And that is the Shadow dead. Okay, that Hex prevents experience. Trying to force the TP, but that's not happening. Oh, that's a rough first map.
Foggy showing no nerves. Foggy showing a lot of class. And once again, his ability to abuse timings. Strong timings. It was noticeable everywhere. Like, yeah, there was distraction at the expansion, but he was never put off from this. And once he went to the offensive, CoopeR was under so much pressure, he just crumbled.
Yeah, the hero levels here made a big difference. The fast keeper level 3, the fast alchemist level 2, the push into the base, and the shaman getting delayed for so long. You can't allow this. You need the shaman, you need the purge as quickly as you can. Alright, seems like this time the lodge is finishing. The third time's the charm, right? We had that earlier already with the first game of the day, Michael versus Infi starting. It took 3 tries, but then it worked.
And
Alright, CoopeR.
he was already getting a backup lodge to the bottom right, but now cancels it because this one got through. In the meantime, though, Foggy is getting ready for the rest of the game. We have 1 Engine of War on the main, we have 1 Engine of War on the left-hand side, and an expansion which is running. And you either counter-expand or try to knock it down. But with what?
Yeah, certainly not with this army right now. Hoping for a big drop here. Scourge Bone Chimes to stay in this game. Ruined Bracers. It can help, but I think he needs a little more help.
Yeah, I think
Alchemist got level 3 and a big healing. Again, good upgrades.
Foggy, by the way, constantly scouting for a counter expansion. So if CoopeR decides to go for a Hail Mary Great Hall, he will be ready for sure. So what's next? More Shaman. Oh, yeah, he definitely has to catch up on that. But Foggy is already coming with more Wisps. That's one of the keys to this matchup. Always bring Wisps. But maybe this Creep Jack is already enough.
Gets the experience here, does CoopeR. And got the item, I believe, for the next Entangles coming in. That is the next kills. There's no Purge here anymore. Wait, what? How does he not have Purge anymore? He has 1 more now with another Shaman coming from the main. And okay, Foggy respects this force apparently. Love the early Wisps, by the way.
Yeah, you know,
But again,
it's a nice just-in-case addition to the army. It's not that expensive. 2 of them cost not even as much as an archer. And just have them here to burn or to dispel is so good. Foggy now AP at the bottom right. Wonderful.
Oh, I was about to say, still holding on to those slippers, but sells them now. Wants to get more of those wisps, maybe. 60 a pop, they can make such a big difference with the AoE mana burn. And we see still 2 in the middle of the battle here. But it's only the hunts by themselves right now. The heroes need to come in here to help and fight this. Especially the Alchemist with that level 2 heal spray, so good. Also with the Acid Bomb. Scroll of Protection. We have everything online now. And more of CoopeR's forces dwindling. He's got 1 armor upgrade, but against these 1-1 hunts, backed up by these strong heroes, doesn't seem to be good enough. Oh, wait a minute. Shadowhunter. If he gets entangled here, this could be dangerous. But he pops the scroll.
A player's forces are
The new
under
Scroll of
attack.
Protection removal. Isn't it a thing of beauty? With the new effect. Love it.
The next big camp for Foggy. Lots of great items here. Mana Stone, Healing Wards. Healing Wards! Hallelujah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not too easy to reach for CoopeR.
Yeah, also for creeping, it's amazing. With these heal wards, if he ever wants to, he could go for the red camp creep quite easily. But at the moment, Foggy wants to pressure. Lots of hunt, lots of upgrades, no archers. Seems like he's playing the Moon run-by style.
Yeah, and why not? He can definitely afford it to take the trades. I love this Huntress here.
A player's forces
Between
are
shop and
under
expansion.
siege.
He doesn't necessarily need it in the fight. So what a better scout is there than a Huntress at night. So CoopeR, last ditch effort, try to tower this up.
But Foggy's gladly gonna take this trade. If he can trade an enemy main for an expansion, he's gonna say, hell yes! By the way, also expanding at the enemy natural in the meantime. Foggy playing it smart. Not taking a fight that he doesn't have to take. He's just going for the W. And the W is written on top of the stronghold.
Yeah, he's gonna wreck all the burrows. There's no income anymore for CoopeR. There is one clear winner of this map. And he's coming from the Ukraine, that's for sure. At least CoopeR's getting something done, you know. The early mid-game was horrible, but the rest felt fine. It's just that if you make mistakes in the early here in this matchup, you carry that into the late game, and it will always hunt you.
The keeper hunts can punish you really bad if they get off to a lead. Some peons, can he save them outside the main? Oh, bouncing glaives!
He has one in the...
Oh.
He has one in the north anyway, thanks to that one that built the tower. And he's leaving the war mill, so... Alright.
CoopeR is still trying.
Yeah. 33
Foggy's
supply.
back in the main.
You
That's a lot
can
of hunts
fight.
right here.
You can fight a 20 supply army from time to time. Level 2 Serpent Wards do a lot against these Huntress, but you know you kinda need a hero for that. And this Blade Master, okay. Another 7 seconds. The grunts are just falling like flies. Yo. Yo, that is one-sided fight.
Yeah. Nice try by CoopeR, seeing if there was perhaps still something possible. But no. Without income, without reinforcements. This is over. GG. 1-0 for Foggy.
Okay. No upset here thus far. The favorite prevails on Northern Ireland.
And a very convincing performance from Foggy here. We talked about it with Lowlights, you know, like Night Elves. At the absolute top, he meant mostly him and Moon. They are doing extremely well. I asked him if he had any advice for Night Elves that struggle against Orc, and he said, just make keeper, archer, and huntresses, and then use wisps. And I was like, really? That's the advice? And apparently, that's how it works in this matchup. You're just gonna mass this low-tier army that has a lot of damage and a lot of usability with the Alchemist and Keeper, and then you use Wisps to take the mana away from the Shamans, and then they can't deal with the Trance and Entangle, and the Orc just dies. Straightforward, simple, and it works.
There's not much to add to that, to be honest. That was a pretty spot-on analysis, Mr. Todd.
I'm just repeating what Lola had said, really. I brought nothing to this.
So humble, just like we know you. We got the map picks and bans here once again for you, ladies and gentlemen. Foggy takes his map. So now we go on to CoopeR's map. And you can see the first pick on the far right of the screen. And that is Twisted Meadows. And that should be a very different game.
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest map we have in the pool. It makes for some crazy games, some awesome games. It gets wacky a lot of the time. Lots of expansions springing up. This, in many matchups, especially when it goes to the long macro game, really stresses your decision making, your movement across the map. Not so much how well you can micro your last unit back and heal at the last second. It's a little less execution based oftentimes, especially in this matchup with a fast expo, and this is exactly where Foggy shines. Having the game plan ready, having his creep routes in mind, hitting the timings exactly when he needs to. And Twisted is in this matchup oftentimes vetoed by both sides of the fence, by the way, which is interesting. But here we're gonna see it in our long best of 5.
You know, actually, this makes me think, when we did the interview with Lola, he was like, just watch Moon's replays, and then that's like how you learn and stuff. And I was just thinking about Foggy. If you saw that interview, he was probably like, what do you think I've been doing the last 15 years? Of course, I'm watching his replays every single day and studying them. So now we go to Moon's playground, Twisted Meadows, which in turn should be also Foggy's playground. And even though we're kind of anticipating another keeper in a similar style, like, there's so many possibilities, you know? A cheeky Beastmaster with expansions everywhere is possible. You can't get too comfortable against CoopeR, though. He's a very strong player, and even though he had a rough game number 1, he's not quite out of it just yet.
Yeah, I felt like CoopeR is one of these players that might need a game or two to really get online, and that could help him in a best of 5. This one, okay, check mark to that. That was nothing on Northern Isles, but Foggy was supposed to take that map. Like, that's just the nature of this pick and ban process. Now he's warmed up. The very late game, like, the execution wasn't horribly bad or something. I think we're gonna see a very different game. I think we're gonna see a very different CoopeR. I'm not saying this must be the 1-1 right now, but I think the Russian has a better shot here than he had on game 1. So, Twisted Meadows, the legendary map. Here, I wonder, is Foggy the one with the cheeky plays? There's a lot of stuff possible here, and we'll go into this in a second. Let's go, Twisted Meadows. In the upper right-hand side, pretty dominant on map 1, making the Ukraine proud. It's Foggy. And his opponent, how will he react to the building that's already at the 3 o'clock position? It's CoopeR. So Remo, I couldn't move the camera too much. What is it? Engine of War or Tree of Life?
That is an Ancient of War. Tree of Life, it's a little too early. Can't go for that so quickly. Yeah, so it's gonna be an ambitious creep first for Foggy, with a keeper, I imagine. Yes. Indeed. Against the Blade Master for CoopeR, is basically doing the same thing. An ambitious creep to start things off. And this is where Twisted Meadows is one of its many features here. Very unique. There's tons of creeps to creep in the late game, in the mid game, and spiral away in experience. But early game, all these camps are damn hard to take. And none of them is really safely gonna be going to you if your opponent should be harassing. For that reason, there are many strategies and builds that have no creeping at the beginning to speak of, but just harass. But here, between these two players, we see both ignoring the opponent for the first 3 or 4 minutes, something like that, and just figuring on prioritizing their own progress on their first heroes. And who that favors is normally the keeper. Because level 3, man. Level 3 timing, so important. Blade Master level 3 can also be very strong, but Blade Master level 3 can't kill 3 grunts by himself like a keeper level 3 can.
Yeah, why would he also kill his own units? That would be stupid, Remo. Come on.
Nonsense.
I know that you're a big fan of social media and numbers, right? So I looked it up. Every day we do a little vote on our Insta. No! He doesn't get the golem pull. I know you're super excited about that, what I was about to say, but man, this is big. That destroys his game plan.
Yeah, on that position, it's not that easy to do. Top left is the easiest one to pull off the pole. But here, a little harder. Keeper creeps the full camp, gets level 2, plants down the Tree of Life with 1 archer.
Yep.
This is so greedy, it's ridiculous.
That's also oozing confidence. And that's the same that our fans said. I was about to get into this, Remo. Instagram vote, we do this every day for all the matches. And it's like around 500 people have voted on this match. And only 15 gave CoopeR a chance. So that's a lot of Foggy votes. Everyone is sure that Foggy is taking this. And so far, the series shows why.
Yeah. Kind of understandable. Foggy, one of the greatest European players over the last few years. Only overshadowed by Happy. And we have kind of seen this build by him before, right? Fast expansion and Moonwell at the Expo to have more mana for the Keeper, to have more entangles, to make sure this tree comes up. And if this tree comes up so early, it's hard to survive in the later stages.
Okay, he's getting there now. He knows about it at least. But the
tree
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
This min-maxing, like, look at it. He has the Engine of War here. He has a Moonwell here to hold this. He also has extra Wisps already there. And then he blocks the surface of the tree with the treants to protect the building. That's high-level Night Elf play right here.
And he didn't even take any damage on the Archer. Instant into the Shadow Meld. And he's taking no damage on the Keeper, making sure his Moonwells aren't stressed.
A player's forces are under attack.
This is goddamn amazing by Foggy right now.
I have to agree. I thought for a second while we were loading into this, like, will Foggy do some AP pushes? He has done that even against Undead, against Happy. So I could definitely see this here. Sometimes we see like Moon and Lawlight with these cheeky APs on the way to tier 2. But absolutely not happening. Straight up game with a lot of finesse. Oh no, that Shadow Priest.
And the Archer was in position at the Merc camp already, anticipating that to be the next move. What the hell, Foggy?
It's so cool when we see these Foggy games, when we see him at 100%. That's so impressive.
And in those games, it always feels like, okay, the rest of Europe is not ready for that guy.
Yeah.
Well, outside of Happy, of course.
A player's forces are under attack.
But this is probably the toughest European competition that he's ever had, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. The European circuit is looking as strong as ever, or as it hasn't in many, many years.
We gotta see the silver lining here, right? So this time I am very positive that the Spirit Lodge will come up first try.
Yes, well protected. There's also a problem on Northern Isles, right? The base layout was bad, so there was no room in the back for the lodge, which is honestly a mistake that should never happen, but sometimes it does. This time around it's finishing, and the army for Foggy isn't quite that big yet. He delayed his tech, of course, a lot for this faster expansion, but it paid off, apparently, because it's fully mining now. We have the Ancient of War protecting there, and the AP namesake protecting there also. Foggy's still missing level 3 Keeper, and he's still looking for the creep deck. This might be where he is perhaps a little overextending, because fighting now into dual hero and soon to be shaman might be a little too ambitious.
There's a wisp movement in the north, 12 o'clock position. Kind of an indicator that he's not satisfied with 2 trees of life. We'll see about that as CoopeR takes one of these engagement and again decides for Hex. This time he didn't need to. This is by choice.
Players' forces are under attack.
Yeah. I mean, it's old school, man. CoopeR is an old school orc. Likes playing Blade Master, Shadow Hunter, likes going for the map control on tier 2 with Hex. And it is really good at the beginning. It already was on Northern Isles. Oh, the next Hex could be the kill. So I think Foggy has to TP here. Yeah, does TP. But just like on Northern Isles, this is going to turn into a liability later on.
Yeah, again, no heal wave. This is going to be brutal. With no tier 3 tag, of course, for CoopeR. He's ready to go up to 50 supply with more and more Shaman for more and more Purge. And still on the quest to level up this Shadow Hunter. Level 3 Blade Master would help him a ton. So that's why he's still here for the level 2 Windwalk. We have an Alchemist once again for Foggy. He does have the Bouncing Blades. Oh, I think he cancelled them. I was checking them out before. Okay, restarted them. Takes a little while. Otherwise, this creep spot would be a little faster as well. Flute of Accuracy. It's nice.
That is amazing. You know, come to think of it, the Keeper playing aggressively there into the Shadowhunter and using the TP. I love that usage. That ensured there was barely any creeping going on when there was a 2-hero advantage on the Orc side. But now that the Alchemist is out, this is where Foggy now begins creeping. I think that makes a lot of sense. And it's very close now to Keeper 3. But he's getting pushed at his expansion already. And Foggy was greeting it up quite heavily. There's another Tree of Life in the north. Yep. Foggy has not yet gone into upkeep.
Yep.
This could be a bit of a dangerous push over here.
Also, starting the creep spot. He saw it, I think. I'm not too sure if he wanted to turn around and the Treants already walked into it. We do have the level 3 Blade Master. Good damage. Heal spell as well. Getting this Engine of War would already help so much, because then where do you go with your money? You could go for Mercenaries, I guess. Damage of these grunts is okay. Would love for him to have Pillage to get some extra monies out of it, but that's not the case. 2 buildings down. Here's the real fight now. Scroll of Protection for Foggy. I don't see a Lightning Shield yet. Does he have Adept even? Yes, he does. But that's a lot of Hunters about to die.
Yeah, these Hunts don't have upgrades yet. They do have 2 scrolls to support them, but they've been used already. Foggy also getting his Alchemist surrounded over here. Uh-oh. Trying to staff him out. Nope, that doesn't work. Not the correct staff for this. And Foggy's getting surprised by this attack. Trying to go for a Shadow Surround of his own, and he misses it. Just barely. Shadow makes it back to the shop. Speed scroll to run away. And CoopeR out of nowhere with this attack. Foggy getting surprised and getting punished for his greed.
CoopeR gotta be careful though. There's still some Hunts here. Going back in with the Shadow Hunter, dropping that sweet level 2 Serpent Ward, doing a ton of damage, but he's gotta be so careful. He has a potion, but he can't really afford an Entangle here. CoopeR still hunting down these tier 1 units of Foggy. That was a really good push. Now CoopeR has to regen a little and then try again to tear down this expansion.
A player's forces are under attack.
Where's the Alchemist coming back? Pretty close to done.
Town is under siege.
Needs to go to the shop, needs to get clarities. Foggy's trying to take out the enemy shop, but it takes quite a while. Again, no upgrades for these archers and hunts. I think Foggy's a little bit panicking right now. This is some of the best money he could... Some of the best upgrades he could use his money for. But he's not going for it. He's just going for more units for now. But this army looks too small. And this Keeper looks to be in trouble. Staffing out doesn't work because of the Hex. And the Keeper seems to be dying over here. He certainly is the next hero kill for CoopeR. And Foggy in a world of trouble.
Dude, a Steve Curry chakram throw by the Shadow Hunter went across the entire screen, it felt like. And now, yeah. Welcome to the Tree of Life once again. Is the damage for CoopeR enough? Can Foggy engage before? CoopeR with good macro, never forgetting to reproduce, even though he's getting closer to victory here. And once again, just like throughout this entire tournament, he is playing an exceptional Blade Master.
Who is now level 4 and seems to be too strong to be dealt with. Alright, this Expo is dead. There's no saving it anymore. Question is, can Foggy stabilize without this tree? Or is he actually going to try to hold? I think trying to hold here is suicide.
Yeah, that's mad. With only archers? No way. CoopeR got pillaged, by the way, or is about to get pillaged. That would be so much sweet money. He is repairing a lot. The Keeper is back. But this Alchemist, man, he's taking so many hits. He's low armor against physical damage. He's just melting.
Hex, focus, windwalk. Maybe a nice crit to finish the job. Doesn't need it. Just with the normal attacks, it was enough. Some shaman are falling, but also lots of archers are going down.
Yeah. I thought the saying, like, CoopeR is losing a lot, but if you get both heroes here, that should be game. He's gotta be a little more careful, I feel, with the army. But he's cleaning house, man. If he finds the time for an attack again. That's pillage now. It's 4 grunts. Wonderful. Tavern revive again.
I feel like every time Foggy comes in here to try to save his expansion, he just loses like 1,500 gold worth of units. There is still a Tree of Life in the north. He could give up this expansion, try to stabilize on 2 bases with that one up there, but Foggy is going back in.
He's also killing a lot. Maybe needs some higher levels. Level 4 on the Keeper. He's of course not scaling as well as Blade Master and Shadow Hunter, that's for sure. Crits at around 100 now. He went for Mirror Image, which is smart. Shows again that CoopeR is not super bloodthirsty, but playing this with a lot of brain and game sense.
Oh, gets the next purge. He has no more purges now, and there is the staff. Foggy this time doesn't lose that many units, but his production is severely crippled. Only a handful of archers.
There's barely a second when Foggy is not attacking, when CoopeR is not attacking anything. If Foggy distracts him, okay, let's kill a hero, let's kill 3-4 units. If he's not attacking, okay, let's force some repair off of him. And let's get some gold with pillage. I really like that. Oh, that acid bomb was big though. But where's the
Not enough
follow-up?
damage seemingly though to get the kills.
Oh, heal wave, nice. This might be one of the first times that I see 2-1-1 builds on a hero, on an army.
Foggy's finally trying, or has been trying this entire time, to push CoopeR back, to be left alone at his expansion. But this came with a lot of losses, with a lot of experience for CoopeR, who's about to hit level 5 Blade Master. The Shadow isn't too far away himself. Foggy is not letting loose though.
Nope.
He's refusing to leave this position and go north instead.
Blade Master's super close to 5. It's gonna be ridiculous. Is there Nature's Blessing, by the way? No, right? Nope.
A player's forces are
When you
under attack.
sieged for 10 minutes, don't you want to get Nature's Blessing like real bad?
CoopeR is falling back, really. He lets his foot off the pedal. This should most likely mean the shop falling as well. And a grunt is left behind. Whoops. But most importantly, it's some much needed time to breathe for Foggy.
It's also level 5. It's also some time that he could use at the shop. And that's also a big consumable. Potion of Greater Healing and Slippers, meaning more damage. Foggy staffing now. Creeping this. If he establishes this, it's going to be 3 bases versus 1. CoopeR cannot allow this, but he goes tier 3.
He is tier 3.
He
He's
is tier
counter
3.
expanding now.
Okie dokie.
You know, normally I'm the biggest fan in the world of counter expansion, but I feel like here in this game, he absolutely should have been able to kill this expansion, and then he could have fallen back, and then he could have expanded, I guess, but... Alright, Foggy, with a bit of luck, getting left alone here for quite some time. And it's about to be on 3
Player's
bases.
forces are under
Okay.
attack.
How many times did we say, like, oh, this and this player, he wanted to brute force this so bad, and then he made one mistake, and then he lost the game because of it? Maybe CoopeR wants to prevent that. Maybe he doesn't want to be so stubborn. And gets the victory with a tier 3 advantage. I mean, he's getting Orb now, probably. Tiny Great Hall already up, but... Oh, the question is for how long?
Nice play here for Foggy.
A
Going
town
for the
is
run
under
by,
siege.
and there's no TP on CoopeR, which means he has to walk back to his expansion.
A player's forces are under attack.
Or does he? Oh, just
What?
getting caught. Wait a minute, CoopeR, you can't give up this expansion.
700
Can you?
gold. Come on, it's not that.
600.
Plus peons. Then it's 700. Okay. Going on the offense again.
That's weird.
Our town is under siege.
Okay, but he has Bloodlust now. That is a strong orc army.
His resource counter when he attacks like so fast. And yeah, Nature's Blessing is there now, but it doesn't help anymore. Trade one expansion for another. And Foggy continues to push into this base now. Shop is taken out as well by these two hunts. Foggy's buying so much time for the second expansion to work off, to pay
A
off.
player's forces are under
And
attack.
he's finally getting these upgrades. That is so long overdue. He's got 1-0. 2-2 is 2-0 is coming. He cancelled his 2-0 upgrade. That makes me real sad.
He's expanding in the bottom left. How do you like that?
Don't mind that. Having trees up everywhere on the map can be a win condition. Just go for run-bys over and over. Be superior in bases. Very Moon-esque. And now Foggy is running around the map, trying to buy
A
time.
player's forces are under attack.
He's tier 3, by the way. Does he have marksmanship? Not yet.
Not yet. Late Master also down to 50%. Oh, the Shaman running into the Acid Bomb, catching good AoE damage. Late Master doesn't have the Bloodlust on him yet, and Shaman are falling. It is Foggy, though, who TP's out, as the Grunts are arriving here. But I can only imagine that there's another Tree of Life. Yeah. Foggy expanding bottom right, expanding bottom left, and having the Expo in the north up.
A player's forces
Yeah.
are
And he's
under
going to
attack.
continuously play the run-by here. Buy TPs, threaten run-by into the main.
Yep.
And that is so hard for Orc to deal with if you just have one base against 4. And this is the big problem with giving up the expansion. Having only one single base.
How Moon-esque is this from Foggy? Not giving this up, staying in this game, even though it looked kind of hopeless, and then expand 7 times.
Town is under siege.
That's exactly how Moon plays it. Now the barracks is gone. He's trying to establish some towers, but I question if that comes through.
Forces are under
CoopeR,
attack.
2 units here will melt against this. The lightning shoot is kind of neat, but you can counter it with Shadow Melt. And this one expansion might fall. Foggy won't care.
TP back. TP out? Question mark? Foggy taking his time.
Yeah.
Hex there could have been dangerous. And he doesn't even lose a Huntress.
That was sweet. That was real sweet.
A
Another
player's
tree of
forces are under attack.
Ancient of War here. Also nice. Even more production. And this sneaky bottom left. I'm so in love with that play. CoopeR has to rebuild the
Town is
barracks,
under siege.
burrows, and needs to kill 2 expansions. Main is empty, by the way, for Foggy.
And that means CoopeR has 0 income left. And now it's going to be really hard to keep up with this one by style.
Yeah, he can't really afford to lose anything. He does have decent sustain. He needs to kill this. He absolutely needs to kill this, and he does.
Foggy trying to run away from this, but it's an aggressive TP. Has to TP out, no?
Kill.
Oh,
Number 1.
Trying to fight, there's no way. Foggy, you're gonna lose all your
Nope.
units.
Yeah. Trying to get a hero kill or something. Shadow Melt was once again great. It's a tree.
A player's
Wait, where did he
forces
pull it
are
to?
under
Ah,
attack.
bottom left. Okay.
Was
Alchemist
that
did
a
some
good
damage.
TP though?
I'm not too sure. I've absolutely no idea why he's there. I mean, Shop is on the left-hand side, but he could have gotten this by staffing to the Tree of Eternity.
Yeah.
Does CoopeR know now? He knows. Look at this!
A town is
All of
under
a sudden,
siege.
he's throwing down a tiny grate. Whoa!
GG.
GG just like that!
All right. CoopeR gets the win. I thought it was over, man. I thought Foggy would have had all the expansions, all the resources. But with that tree falling, Foggy was down to no income as well. And CoopeR gets the map. But man, Foggy, you were greeting it up way too heavy that game. You had the expansion up so early. The one thing he has to make sure is that he doesn't fall to the strong 50 supply push. Just mass, get upgrades, get scrolls, get ready for that push to hit. But no, Foggy wanted to be a little too cute. Wanted to be a little too cute with the mass expos. And he got punished.
Yeah, he got overeager. He just ran in there like there was no chance he could lose the fight, but he was actually the one detail, the Wisp that we talked about before. He was a little slow on that. Those shamans, they had a lot of mana. They purged away some of the treants. That was some important experience, and CoopeR was just able to get like what I guess we could call, I don't know if we should say like lucky surround on the Alchemist. Maybe he was like actually looking for it, but it just feels like this Alchemist ran inside of Grunts, and then once he was surrounded, was always going to die because he was going to take a lot of damage. And there was just no stuff for preservation on Foggy. A very important rule of real-time strategy games, it also applies in StarCraft. You should never be too greedy expansion-wise, unless the game is going like really in your favor, but then it doesn't really matter whether you expand or more. Now he was already up one base. Why try to go up 2 more bases, 2 more expansions than your opponent? It doesn't really make much sense. He already had 2 bases against 1, so I think starting that tree at the top didn't help him either.
Yeah, a little bit too greedy, maybe. Can he come back when the map is once again his choice? It's really nice that we have ourselves a series here. We're down to a best of 3, and after a little break, we're back with Foggy vs CoopeR. back. And a series where many people expected this to be a 3-0 all of a sudden is tied. Foggy versus CoopeR, DreamHack Summer Europe powered by Monster Energy. We go on to Concealed Hill next.
Third choice of maps, so that means it's Foggy's again, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Special map in the sense that it has fountains, can be really good in late game for a counter-expanding orc player. But CoopeR was playing mostly push-centric. They untwisted, it was like a push for 7 minutes or something, and then finally falls back, goes to Tiny Great Hall. That was a very weird game. We thought Foggy had it with his mass expansions, but just barely enough damage was done by CoopeR to finally break Foggy. But I think, yeah, Foggy kind of lost that game as well. Greeting it up a little bit too much. And it always hurts me, you know, when I see late game scenarios, and I look at those hunts and I see upgrades 1-0. I'm like, no, baby, that's not the way it goes.
All right, then, let's load in. In the upper right, in the yellow, surprising us not only last week, but also today, it's CoopeR. And his opponent, bottom left, in the red, needs a Rocky Balboa mentality to come back from that defeat on Twisted Meadows. It's Foggy. Let's go then. Who's claiming match points? The winner of this map for sure. But who's it gonna be? If CoopeR wins this, it would be against all odds.
That would be one of the sickest upsets that we could have. Foggy, one of the big favorites, and CoopeR, the guy where almost everyone thought he didn't really have a chance against the rest. Would be a wonderful story, but still has a lot of work cut out for him. Going with the Peon Scout. Just like he did on Northern Isles, right? So wants to see what's up. Whoa. Whoa! What's that build by CoopeR? 2 Burrow Shop and Peon Scout.
That's expensive.
That is gonna be a hell of a late tech.
Okay, we'll have his reasons. That's for sure. I think he's a... Like, from judging his games last week, he's a fan of this slow tech compared to pretty much every other orc. But, you know, he's playing Blade Master in every single matchup, so he's already different than every other orc.
Foggy scouts with the wisp, sees that the creeping is still going on for the blade. So he goes for the Cobalt Green Camp in the left, where getting creep tag is very unlikely, unlike the Spider Crab.
Treants seem ready here. Peon is scouting, sees okay. Keeper, you're not here. What do you do now? What do you read from this? That's nice steals for Foggy. Of course he invested quite some time into this as well.
And CoopeR just lets the Keeper do what he wants in the early.
Yeah.
That is a bold move. He's got some excellent items though.
Is he maybe powering up for the early mid game because like killing the expansion is his main target, main goal? But it feels like his number one priority at the moment is level 3 Blade Master for the double for the Windwalk, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
A player's force.
And I think Foggy should just let this Blade Master creep if he wants. And just go creeping himself. Level 3 Keeper. I don't know how many times I've said it, but it's still true. It's pretty good. Summons Treants into the main to take out the Scout Peon. Okay.
CoopeR is creeping his expansion.
Wow, that's such a completely different approach from every other orc.
Yeah. And you know what? I like it. If you play like every other orc, Foggy has the timings down, Foggy has his creep route down, Foggy has the solution down. He's played every other orc a million times in his life.
Alright, give me those claws. Come on. Crazy ass Blade Master.
Almost.
How many crystal balls have we been seeing recently, by the way?
A lot.
Is this Todd playing? What the hell?
Todd is with us, so I guess he's influencing the game even though he's not playing. We have the sneaky engine protector.
Am I with you for sure?
We have the sneaky engine protector, by the way, that I was talking about on Twisted. Foggy soon to be poking into this. But this should be an easy defense if he's scouting. And if this would be Lin, there would be a grunt out. To be fair, there's a peon out. Nothing else. He's not seeing this before it finishes.
And that might be a rough one. Dealing with this with only Grunt Blade, not easy. Very early War Mill.
Sees it now. He knows. And Foggy is not expanding.
Wants to get the Alchemist up first to amp up the pressure.
Yeah,
But right now would be a great time to expand with Foggy.
Yeah, just this distraction engine protector thingy. He's close to 350 gold. This will be coming soon, I feel. Only grunts for CoopeR at the moment. He's building the Shadow Hunter. Maybe not Hex first this time. Or, especially right now, to go for that hero kill attempt to defend this.
Yeah, with this strong of a Blade Master Hex could be pretty good.
Uh-oh.
He's taking a lot of damage over here.
A town is under siege.
Though. And there's the expansion, by the way. So Foggy now wants to make sure he's staying 2 minutes up here or close to it to ensure his expansion is finishing in the south.
So CoopeR, show me your skill on the Shadow Hunter. It's Hex. And super early reinforced defenses.
That certainly helps against this AP pressure. Grunt goes down, but there's still 3 left for CoopeR. Oh, he's forgetting about making Shaman right now. That should not be happening. Shaman, very important.
You just saw it now.
There we go.
He cancelled the Grunt and built a Shaman. He is luring so hard for this hero kill, but he's also losing a lot of units here. There's so much time for Foggy. He's pretty much investing nothing into this push. Like, no items. Yes, of course, this AP costs a bit. But if he trades all the time, that's more expensive than this.
So with the first Shaman, now CoopeR's feeling more bold. Going for the Keeper right away. Oh, nice detonate against the Hex, though. And it's the Shadow Hunter on the right-hand side in a bit of trouble as well. But the Keeper must be more careful. Has to TP out.
Shadow Hunter?
Right there.
Almost surrounded against the trees, man. He can't afford... Oh no, the Keeper's stepping back in. Hex against it. How do you get out now, though? Acid Bomb hits him, won't let him tick out. This poor Shadow Hunter, he has to run for his life. Keeper moves away. He's safe for now, but not without killing another Shaman. And he's on his way to intercept the Shadow Hunter.
Yeah, that was a great Hex there to gain distance between himself. Another Hex, maybe? Oh, a little too late this time. And that's the Shadow dead.
Not
Only
only
a level 1 hero, yes, but man, has this creeping of the Shadow been slowed down.
And this is kind of good experience for Foggy as well. Expo is up, waddling down. Already Nature's Blessing. Second Engine of War in production as well. Foggy checking the boxes. Look, Remo, he's even going for the 2-0 attack upgrade already.
A player's forces
Not
are
bad,
under
not bad,
attack.
but I want to see some armor as well. Please.
You're never satisfied, are you?
No, I am. 2-2, perfect. Satisfied.
Okay, Blade is coming in. Gets the steal. Gets the item. Well done. But there's more work to do.
Great item for the Blade, by the way. He's really tanky now. Oh, he wants that tome. He wants that tome, but the Huntress blocks the way. Ah, look at those misses. It wasn't that many, actually, in this case, but could be a lot more coming soon.
That would have been the proudest Twitch chat would have ever gotten if you steal that tome away. You put so much focus on that one tome of agility. Shadowhunter's back and finally finds some time to creep as well. Blade Master retreats, he knows what's up. He saw, okay, the Engine of War just finished, so it's not the ultra mass production yet, it just starts. It's getting close to 50, there's no Moonwell yet, but it's about to finish.
Yeah, Foggy needs to make sure he doesn't make the same mistake as last game and doesn't respect the 50 push by CoopeR enough. So what he needs is scrolls and level 3 alchemist and a bit of upgrades. If he can manage to also go into upkeep, that would be perfect.
Town is under siege. A
But
player's
for that,
forces are
first he
under
needs to start
attack.
mining.
I love that CoopeR is going for the Entangled Gold Mine. I double love that Foggy keeps his Keeper back to defend this with Entangle to prevent damage. Like, he knew this would be coming.
Yep, makes it more expensive. A few
creep
wisps
check.
went down.
At the Golem, gotta be careful.
yeah.
Big mana is nice. Shadowhunter about to fall again, but there's the Zeppelin quick reactions.
Does get out of there with that, but it's also expensive. That's 240 gold. And a shaman also going down. Losses that CoopeR can't afford too easily.
Blade has no staff.
CoopeR kept the blade busy and now he's staffing north.
Yeah, Keeper can't follow. He has to run. He's fast. He's a little Usain Bolt. But it's still a long way from south to north, and that is free damage for Foggy.
Alright, Blade Master's back. Joining the rest of the army. Shadowhunter level 3 would be magnificent to have, but very smartly, Foggy didn't allow this creep camp at the lab. This could have been the big power spike for CoopeR, but the Ukrainian Foggy prevented this very, very well, and is getting ready for his own late game. More units, more upgrades, more scrolls.
And again, he's not breaking upkeep too early. Puts down an Ancient Protector to make sure that CoopeR is not expanding, like counter-expanding for free. Ooh, okay, red spot now. Foggy is so ready. Is he? He's... Oh, with the owl! He punishes
Ultra
this
vision.
hard.
Going for the Shadowhunter again.
Oh no.
A lot of damage onto him. Illusion's trying to save him, but actually they're blocking him. Heal potion was transferred, but he couldn't use it in time. And that might be the creep jack to finish the game. He needs to get the return kill. He needs to get this keeper. But how is that possible when he's got the invul and also the heal spray healing up again nicely. Shadowhunter is back from the tavern. Mana potion used. He has more spells to be used now, but only level 1 spells. These hunts buffed up by upgrades and by the scroll and by the alchemist. Tearing through this orc army. CoopeR dropping down supply to only 38 left. Foggy's at 58, and he can reproduce so well with the expansion in the back. However, mana's running out for Foggy. Perhaps CoopeR can come back in this fight? There's not too many hunts left.
If he's staying in the snake pit, that's definitely an opportunity. Too much piercing damage against the Huntress. Alchemist and Keeper still there. Is there a way out for them? Only one Staff of Teleportation. Hero Focus could be an option, but the Shadowhunter is again in danger. Blade Master's not even close, so he's retreating into the shadow of his Serpent Wards. Stab,
But there's a
hex.
hex.
Ooh, purchase
Nice.
against it.
Oh, the wisp! That wisp
Player's
detonates!
forces are under
Lightning fast, the reaction right there. Beautiful. And now it's the Shadow who's in trouble instead. He dies. That's level 4. And I believe that's what we call the GG.
Yeah, the double G's are close. There we go. Foggy claims map number 3 and takes the lead at match points.
And again, a very convincing game here from him. Foggy, like, it seems like when he prepares, he's just an entirely different beast. Like, very, very well prepared build, precise, like the location of the AP, I'm sure was picked a while back, and this worked out perfectly. That pressure did a lot of damage. He was able to kill the Shadow. And there is so many small little details that he does so well as well. Like even going back to the Twisted Meadows game, when Keeper comes out, he already summons Trance and used the first moon well, because then he starts replenishing quickly as the night falls arrives. So he prepared really well, and it's really, really showing here. I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with if he keeps going like this in his tournament.
Well, first he has to eliminate CoopeR. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Last Refuge is next.
I like that choice. For orcs, oftentimes this map can be very good, especially early game for playing aggressively. Most orcs nowadays do play very aggressively, even many without any kind of creeping. CoopeR's attempt at going for a level 3 Blade Master, unusual, interesting, resulted in a strong level 3 blade, but I don't think it's the right choice, man. I think you just fall way too far behind if you allow that keeper level 3 early. And he got to feel the strength of level 2 Entangle very clearly on Concealed.
Alright, CoopeR, you had a wonderful, wonderful run, but that run could end here if Foggy gets one more. His ambitions are, of course, at like top 2 or finally dethrone Happy. That must be his goal. It's gonna be like it's always harder and harder. I think he was a little bit disappointed after not getting the top 2 spot during the WGL qualifier, where X-Lord took that away from him. But now with DreamHack and ESL points on the line, that is Foggy's ambition for sure. He was top 4 in Anaheim, only losing in the semifinal to Moon. That is no shame, and he wants to be there again.
And I think now Foggy will once again have to have a specific build prepared, because the early game on LR for Night Elf is pretty predictable. You go for the green camp first, and then usually you either go over to the High Priest, or you go for the fake outplay to the enemy natural, but both are easily scouted, both are easily played against aggressively, and this is where really the ingenuity of players can show, when Foggy perhaps has something new prepared that orcs aren't looking for. But this is a hard map to do it on. We're waiting for the players. Apparently, they're needing a moment.
Yeah, this is tough
Would
for
love to
CoopeR now, because this is already like a hard matchup for him. And then even like the one map that he won, he had to fight so hard for it. He felt like he was behind. His back was up against the wall, but he somehow managed to push through and eventually broke that expo. But if the one game that you win looks like that, and every like the other 2 games that he lost look pretty like one-sided to some effect, it can be really hard, I find, to just keep going and find the ways that you need to play to win those games. Because even like again, the one game that he won, it felt a little bit like a throw. Actually, more than a little bit, it was a throw from Foggy. Let's be honest.
Yeah, this shall definitely not happen again, but shows the strength of Foggy that he built over the past couple of weeks, that a game like this doesn't throw him off at all. It was just, okay, I'm gonna meditate a little. We've seen that in China, where he kind of not booked a room, but you know, he had his little own meditation room at some WGLs. And during the last WGL, we saw that as well, when the player camera was on him before the game, always closing his eyes, always concentrating once again, just resetting the mind. And he was always a big fan of that, and that makes him strong in situations like after game 2.
Can't get ahead of yourself if you're Foggy here. Can't start thinking about the semifinals, where many people are expecting him. It's going to be Hawk or Blade, so it will be a human. But no, you need to focus everything here. You may be the big favorite here if you're Foggy, but you need to make sure you're bringing your A game. CoopeR showed that he will punish mistakes if you do show them, if you do present them. But he hasn't shown that X factor yet. He hasn't shown that Lin-like quality yet, where he's behind and he fights his way back with an insane play and takes the game into his own hands. If Foggy slips up, then yes, CoopeR is going to be scary. But can he do it out of his own power as well?
Yeah, there's definitely things that CoopeR can pick up on. Like obviously the AP, the 1 AP proc seed is like something that's you need to look out for. You need to scout for it. Maybe have 1 peon, 1 grunt scouting around your base. If you can see that coming and cancel it, already it's a headache that you're not gonna have to worry about. It looks like Foggy, whenever the expansion of Orc has been cleared, is always going to make an AP there to prevent Orc from expanding too easily, or like force him to go there while he's doing something else. He usually has his own expo up by then, and he's creeping elsewhere on the map. So if you pick up on all these trends here in your CoopeR, you can start making adjustments and reacting to all these little things better in the future games.
Yeah, what I've really been lacking from Orcs, and what Lin showed quite a few times very impressively, is be aggressive in the early game, slow down the keeper, and prevent the expansion if you can, but of course you can't prevent it. And then go for a fairly early tier 2 counter expo with the strength of Serpent Ward and Purge. We basically didn't see that at all by CoopeR. Is that something perhaps you can look towards in this game now? This map can possibly suit that style pretty well. On LR, the expo is easy to creep, and if you ever do have the time, sneaking in that Merc Camp creep can be really beneficial as well. Especially in these games, where the lack of Shaman have been punished quite heavily, having that Shadow Priest early to bridge the time until Shaman could help out a lot if CoopeR manages to secure the camp.
Okay, seems like we have a little bit of a situation with Foggy here. Got a little disconnect. Ah, there he is. Okay. Wanted to throw into a break, but Foggy says, no breaks for you guys. We start this now. It's a little bit of history repeating, isn't it, guys? It is Foggy against an Uprising Orc in the quarterfinal. That was the same at DreamHack Anaheim, where Hitman was so impressive in the group stage. He went into Anaheim, it's like, okay, there's this kid in America, he's kind of good, but there he showed the world, like Hitman by defeating Lawlight and Neutron, for example. Here, it's again an orc that nobody expected in the top 8. It's CoopeR, but Foggy could ruin all the dreams with the next map. Or will CoopeR force this to go all the way onto Echo Isles? That would be a big surprise, and another statement that Orc is competitive and that European Orcs are competitive. But it's also his last chance here. He's fighting for survival, that's for sure. Last refuge, we're loading in. Just a matter of seconds, we see it here. Usually Foggy, as Todd said in the beginning of the broadcast, always having the upper hand over CoopeR. Big lead in the stats. Also a very, very strong Night Elf versus Orc matchup with the inspiration of Moon and Lawlight, and also his own little ideas with like the Moonwell at the tree and staff action of the Keeper. All these little things. Foggy is a quick learner, has a great mind for the game, and also his coach Pooch, who's supporting him for like 6 years already. So shout out to Pooch for all the strats and timings and creep routes. CoopeR, a man on his own for sure. Also with his race. And we finally got this, ladies and gentlemen. It is match points for Foggy on Last Refuge. There we go. Bottom left. On maybe his last map in the tournament. He needs to find more solutions to the problems that Foggy caused him. It's CoopeR. And a top favorite for this entire tournament with match points for Sparks. It's Foggy. Okay, Remo. What is this? CoopeR all the way?
I think so. You know, some Night Elves for a while have been playing Demon Hunter and Talons quite a bit on this map, but I think Foggy is all aboard the CoopeR train. Man, that would have looked really bad if it had been Demon Hunter now. That would have been the perfect fail timing. But it is CoopeR here once again against a Blade. Question is CoopeR gonna go creeping first or not? I hope not. LR is a very good map for going aggressive right away. But he makes a shot, which means he's gonna be creeping first.
Remo, you don't like that, right? I
don't like that at all.
I heard
we have to get him like some MMA coaching or something, that he starts finally getting more aggressive and wants to punch his opponent in the face. He's too passive, man. He's playing too much against the creeps, against the neutrals.
Well, it's definitely
the referees.
It's definitely easier to fight against the creeps than against Foggy. I can understand that.
Well, at the beginning, maybe. But if you start by harassing Foggy right away, then you prevent his level 2. On this map, this is the great thing about Last Refuge. If you play aggressively right away, not only do you prevent level 3, you prevent level 2 oftentimes, if you do it well, which makes things so difficult for Night Elf. But of course, if Foggy's just going to be left alone at the beginning, he's going to take advantage of that and going to start leveling up quite quickly.
Yeah, Foggy, I mean,
A player's
CoopeR,
forces are under attack.
he has his very own hat, and with that he defeated Cash 2-0 and made it into the round of 8. So who are you, Remo, to judge him?
Well, same opinion as Lin has, so doesn't seem to be that wrong.
Yeah, does Lin win anything these days? No.
More than CoopeR, yeah. So here we have the Keeper now level 2. Oh, he intentionally wakes up the creeps in anticipation of the Blade Master to
player's
perhaps
forces
try
are
to
under
take
attack.
these. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, so this
Also
is
messes up the Windwalk trick.
yeah, so there is inner fire now. That's what you mean with the Windwalk trick. If you reveal yourself like in the unit and there's no inner fire, then it's way easier to creep. On the other side, Foggy trying to steal the High Priest away. That should be very obvious, though.
So it's close. The blade is coming.
Inner fire.
It's so close.
Very good spell, but he's not in Windwalk. He still gets it!
He was in Windwalk.
He wasn't? No, it was very late. He just applied it here at the corner.
Ah, yeah, but he was in Windwalk. Yeah, Foggy tried to entangle the Keeper, the blade before coming in, but entangle cast point too long. And that's pretty good for the blade. Got level 2 here.
A player's forces are under attack.
But now hunts are coming, so more creeping will be available to Foggy soon. And we can see this early game for Night Elf really isn't that easy. You have to fight for your levels. You have to fight for your creeps.
Gotta fight for your right to party. And Foggy on the way to tier 2. That makes a party way more likely. And he's just continuing to steal creeps away, which will hurt the Shadow Hunter eventually.
Very nice sentry here for Foggy. There's one more last
A
hit.
player's forces
Double
are
cloak.
under attack.
No. Oh, and he sees the Merc Camp attempt.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy. Can come in to punish this, but he doesn't have mana.
That was really
how
good
much-
scouting, by the way, using the sentry wards and also a hidden archer on the left-hand side. So he knew exactly what's up. He knew exactly what CoopeR would be doing.
Oh, that Shadow Priest so important. Can he keep it alive?
A
It wasn't
player's
like
forces
3
are under
HP.
attack.
But it does survive.
Get a War Mill, probably again early reinforced defenses. Tier 2 is done, Shadow Hunter all the way. Expo by Foggy, close to the 12 o'clock position. That is far away. There's no Nature's Blessing, so
A
second
player's
source of
forces are
income
under attack.
will take some time for Foggy.
We have the Alchemist now in. The Sentry Ward still providing great vision. Is he still gonna try it? CoopeR. He wants this Merc Camp, man. He wants it real bad.
And Foggy is doing what you should do with Keeper and Alchemist. Go to the middle, acid bomb, and take both of these merchants. 2 big consumables, pretty much uncontestable, super quick, good experience.
1 of mana steal for the Alchemist. Not even too bad.
Feels like CoopeR is wasting a lot of time here. He's looking at this rock golem. Like, where is your weakness? Where is your Achilles heel? That was like 30 seconds of pretty much nothing. Whoa, Foggy, this is greedy. I mean, he knows that this is happening at the mercenary camp, so it's probably the best punish he could find.
Oh. Quadra's boots, Agitome, double Agitome. Ooh, plus 8 agility right there. Blade Master's starting to come online.
Player's forces are under attack.
Oh, ring. Okay. Not the greatest.
There was a lot of hero focus in this series, so having it is not too bad, I guess. Same for the Ankh that the Alchemist got. But Foggy's win condition is definitely this expansion. He got Nature's Blessing now. Waddles over. On the way, maybe the Ancient of War will creep this mercenary camp here as well. The Archer's ready, or is he using both of the trees? Oh! Blade Master's here!
Are under attack.
Might be 2 archers going down right here. This is suddenly a lot of trouble. The Keeper was expecting to just easily, you know, roam around the map, and the Alchemist and his rest of the units would easily be able to deal with that stuff in the north, but CoopeR is creating a lot of problems that Foggy perhaps isn't ready for. But he's getting an important cancel in the south.
Oh yeah, there's a Great Hall. Definitely a cancel here. Keeper steps up, and with that, Entangle can be used. Wisp was killed with the repair. This is pretty expensive for Foggy overall. Another Wisp down.
Foggy has a weak army right here. This Blade Master is way too strong to be dealt with.
He's super sick, man. 1 Huntress down, second one down. The Mercenaries paying off big time for the Dispel and for the damage now in case of this Berserker. The question is, can he break the tree? He did a lot of damage to this tree already.
Are under attack.
But I don't think so. He denies it for now, but he
Town is
can't
under
kill it.
siege.
Shaman in.
Blade Master's having a great time. Going for the Keeper now. He is surrounded, has to TP. He gets another Archer with the crit, maybe another Huntress. Oh, no crits.
But he loses a Shaman, is CoopeR, and that's big. So, Expo cancelled on CoopeR's side. Oh, this Expo has to move back. We are 9 minutes in. And this Expo didn't pay off at all.
This game is looking really bad for Foggy. Really bad.
Need 29 supply.
They're losing Moonlight right here. Oh, the Blade, if he comes in and steals this item. Come on. Quatalas again. Oh, no. He gets the last and then the items to flute.
Taking
Which
this,
is not that good.
but taking the flute away from Foggy is amazing. Everything is ranged. And now Purge and right clicks. CoopeR looking steaming hot in this game.
This looks a lot like the 2-2 right here, boys. What the hell?
This is not only does it do severe damage to Foggy, it's also buying time for this expansion. We're back at 1/3, building a watchtower there as well. Once again, he had this early warm up, reinforced defenses, more grunts. He's not forgetting about production. CoopeR is getting more and more ahead in this game.
Miles ahead. The Blade Master. This is like good old 1.28 Blade Master. Just one-man army.
He's just killing this
Taking a lot of
alchemist
damage
with the 100 critical strike, chops his head off, speed scroll to get out. Dude, when did we last see an orc demolish Foggy like this?
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, pretty sick. And Foggy getting punished really hard for not creeping his natural early into this game and expanding on the spot. He is gonna get it now. But CoopeR's Expo is pretty much done. It's the perfect counter Expo timing. In fact, the Orcs will be finished before the Night Elves, which is insane.
Yeah, how much gold do you usually mine before the Orc Expo is finished? Like, super sick. Get a big invul here, got a heal scroll. The Shaman are a little out of position, and Foggy capitalizes on that immediately with that acid bomb. Got a ring of protection against the hero focus, which is not too bad, but I feel like there's a lot of units going down now. Alchemist gotta be careful.
What are the archers doing? They're just running into the meat grinder.
Yeah.
Getting slaughtered by the grunts, getting slaughtered by the blade. They're trying to kill the shaman, but that's not how that works, dude. You can't just like shift A-click them. You have to also make sure they don't all die.
That would
That
be
was
pretty
weird.
decent. Re-engaging once again. And every purge is a kill. And that is the GG! Holy macaroni. We have a full-out best of 5 in our first quarterfinal.
And CoopeR
What?
is fighting back And that was very impressive here. You know, like whenever we're not on camera, this is probably not gonna come as a shock to you, but I'm always like laying back in my chair. These fights are like so fast and furious that I find myself in so many of these games, or at least the 2 ones that CoopeR won, I stand up like immediately. I'm like, oh, we're about to be on camera, and then I get ready. But yeah, very impressive here. Like I said, it's very hard with the way the games have gone up to this point for him to make the correct conclusions and like play better in general than what he has been. But that was so convincing here from him, and now he's only 1 map away from a ticket to the semifinals. I don't think too many people expected him to make it to top 8, no less top 4.
As I said on Twisted, like of 500 people, 13 said that he would do it. That would be a sick bet, guys. We have 1 more map for you in this first quarterfinal, and we have 1 more break for you before this is all going down. So don't go anywhere. Tell your friends. The first semi-finalist will be concluded in a bit. We're back, and can you feel it, guys? Can you feel it, guys? There's a surprise in the air. Foggy versus CoopeR going full distance. What a Cinderella story of this one last orc.
Perhaps giving some extra motivation for the other orcs.
Hopefully.
A lot of them seem to think it's like really hard and they're having a hard time, and maybe they are, but this guy is here, is fighting hard, is lifting in the gym, it shows on his picture, and guess what? He's taking Foggy the full distance.
I can't even remember when an orc took Foggy full distance. Like, it doesn't matter if he's facing a fly or a focus. He's always looking so good. And CoopeR is just, with his Blade Master play, probably one of the best Blade Master players on this continent for sure. And Echo Isles could be a pretty good Blade Master map, Remo.
Absolutely. filled to the brim with claws of attack. That Blade Master last game with a +8 agi from the marketplace, the Merc Camp, I mean, was looking really strong. Can CoopeR once again rely as much on his first hero, or is Foggy with a fast keeper gonna take over again?
That's the question here. One map to decide the first DreamHack Summer Europe semi-finalist, Foggy versus CoopeR. It's another bold orc, this time from Russia, not Sweden. He's doing the unthinkable. He's one map away from one of the biggest European upsets in recent history. It's CoopeR. And the man coming into this series as the big favorite, now trailing, it's Foggy. Dude, I love myself some underdog stories, Remo. Everything is heating up here in the 35-degree Celsius Germany. Foggy, is it keeper again? It's definitely keeper again. CoopeR, is it Blade again? It's definitely Blade again.
With the Peon Scout once more going out early, wants to see what the opponent is up to. Is he again going for the 2-burrow shop and Peon Scout tech? It delayed his tier 2 before. It delayed his shaman. That really came to cost him on some maps. I think this is what Foggy has to identify. Leave the Blade Master be. Don't care about him. Creep level 3 yourself. And then make use of the strength of level 2 Entangle. He's gonna scout the main. We'll be seeing what the build is.
Should come as no surprise. Here on this, like on Last Refuge, the Mercs were really helpful for CoopeR. He invested a lot of time into this, waiting until it's safe, pulling them out 2 or 3 times, and then he could dispel the Entangle a little earlier, and he got a tons and tons of damage from this Berserker. Foggy creeps the camp, gets the claws, does the 21 supply trick, and goes into Huntress really quickly. It's pretty much the same build. Look at the inventory, man.
Natural.
Double claw already. One on the Blade Master side, one on the Keeper side. Oh, Ensnare on this Archer. This is a good target now. CoopeR knows.
The Keeper will be able to finish the Magi before the Blade arrives. But I don't think he can finish both the Trappers. Peon being cheeky. Doesn't get the last hit. Keeper with the perfect items. Claws and Circlet. And takes out the Peon. And the Blade Master is kind of forced to play aggressively with this creep route that Foggy has chosen. Oh, he didn't even get salves yet. Oh. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of downtime. Running back to the main, getting salve, running across the map again. And that doesn't seem like the most efficient Blade Master usage, if you ask me.
Yeah, he was smelling blood in the water, but he was misled. It was a little trap by Foggy, which turns out to be really smart.
A player's forces
A
are
little
under
too
attack.
greedy. Running across the entire map, like from opponent's main base to own expo, that's a big map all of a sudden. Even though base to base is pretty short. And now Foggy all the cards in his hands.
Alright, 1 Archer, 1 Huntress expansion, kind of like on Twisted. I hope this time he doesn't try to go to 3 bases again before he breaks upkeep and goes into upgrades. We'll see.
Again, a lot of emphasis by CoopeR towards the mercenary camp. Going for the Berserker. No Shadow Priest yet, interestingly. There we go.
Yeah, when he doesn't get the Mercs, I really dislike his heavy emphasis on Blade Master and leaving the Keeper alone. But if you get the Shadow Priest, then suddenly dealing with level 3 Keeper is a lot easier. And once again, perhaps he'll be able to rely on this Blade on the big crits. Just 1 Huntress showing here, and already CoopeR is afraid because he knows there could be a staff coming. We know Foggy doesn't have that item yet, but he can't have that knowledge.
It feels like Foggy always has this item. I wouldn't be surprised if he has like a replica at home.
A player's forces are under attack.
How does the rest of that staff look, by the way?
There might
Like
be
this is just the tip, right? This is the tip of the staff.
yeah.
Is it this weird crystal like meteorites like texture everywhere, or is it just out of wood? I don't know.
There's probably some
Blizzard?
lore
Call me.
nerds that can tell you. Blade Master has the staff now to get out of entangles.
A player's
Gets the
forces
entangle
are
here
under
immediately,
attack.
but he wants more damage on this expansion. Wants to hang out a little more. Has only one cell. That's not perfect, but Foggy's keepers moving away from this position.
And is it? Oh. Nope. Of course, not time for the telestaff. Can't do that. Blade has it. Wow. Quick dispel. Foggy definitely uses spacebar, unlike me. I would have had to go there with the mouse on the minimap. Would have been way too late.
I would have loved for CoopeR to be able to hang around a little more to at least cancel the entangled gold mine. But even that... Oh, he's moving back. Kind of fooled Foggy a little bit. There's no creeping on this alchemist being done, and that's what you kind of want to do once he's out. So can he cancel this with the +8 damage he got? There's no entangle here.
Yeah, the usage of Foggy's units at the moment perhaps not the best. If the keeper just stayed behind to protect the expansion like he
It's
did
a
before.
stab though,
But here come the
man!
detonates!
Ah,
Oh,
so close!
Brilliant. Detonates Foggy. Never mind what I just said. That was amazing. And that's a level 2 hero kill.
Yeah. Always the silver lining when this happens. Hey, it's solo experience for the Shadow Hunter, but that would have been solo experience anyway as the Blade Master was across the map. And if you get a hero kill, then the Alchemist doesn't need much leveling as well. Is looking good now. He's going again for Hex. Does that open up an opportunity? Uh-oh.
You can't lose this Berserker.
Also the Shadow Priest. Not good. Berserker is one of your main sources of damage, and of course Foggy. There's a bullseye on this troll. Throws the acid bomb. CoopeR's fighting for his life right here, but Foggy no mercy. Entangle, surround, TP. That was expensive. How to hold?
50 gold.
Desperately waiting for this Blade Master.
Yeah. He's about to come back. Foggy should realize Blade is about to return. This could turn into an overextension rather quickly.
No APs, no wisps, no shop here. And the Blade is back. That's his life insurance. This Blade Master. Across the entire series.
Good retreat by Foggy. Only lost one more archer there. That's totally manageable. Double Agent of War production has started.
A
2
player's
upgrades
forces
queued
are
right
under
away,
attack.
Foggy. Thank you. That's what I like to see. But Alchemist leveling, not looking too great yet.
Same goes for the Shadowhunter, kind of. Big last hit. Oh, and he gets it! This madman! Greater mana being rewarded by this nice play. And he can throw acid bombs until the end of all days.
He stole the item and the acid. Sick play there by Foggy. And if he wants, he could just go back towards his side now, creep the Murlocs, creep the Merc, and get level 3 Alchemist that way. In the meantime, muscle up, get more upgrades, get a scroll or 2, and then he's looking amazing in this game.
Yeah, Remo, I think this version of the Cinderella
Players'
story is
forces
not
are under
ending
attack.
with "and they live happily ever after."
Well, Foggy might though. At the shop, scroll, invul, another scroll. Lots of items, bought lots of gold invested, but certainly worth it. And the Alchemist almost level 3. Ring for him. Amazing.
Blade Master got the second claw. Needs to rely on crits, that's for sure. But he's only level 2.
A player's
Can he
forces
kill
are under
the
attack.
one engine of war again? Just like on Twisted. To cut production in half. Would be big! We got a nice serpent wards here at this entrance. It's of course easily focusable, but that buys time. for the units to kill the Engine of War. CoopeR pushing hard again with the Voodoo Lounge.
Oh, going for the keeper right away. Heavy focus on him potentially. But that's what the invul is for. Foggy keeps himself safe. Where the Hex is gonna land? Alchemist in trouble, in serious trouble.
Blade.
TP transfer, last second use. Blade Master in trouble as well, and he falls. The carry for CoopeR dies. Didn't have heal wave. It's the Hex Serpent Wards build. Blade Master hits the deck, and that looks now very grim.
The Serpent Ward's got a carry. But it's only level 1. The protection scroll is so good at this stage of the game. And Foggy is in the top 4.